You have looked into my eyes. You have seen what I am, but still you're by my side, telling me I can't. And there are times I've caused you pain, and times I made mistakes. Somehow you use them all to make the eye you made. Every good thing I have done, everything that I've become, everything.
Welcome to AAU Life Transformers Television. I am Trevor Hairston, your host today. And we also have David Oliva, who is our co-host today. And today we're going to be talking about metabolism and how your foods that you eat are actually metabolizing in your body, and whether you have a fast metabolism, a slow metabolism. Today we're actually going to be doing an assessment on a couple of women today, and we're going to be able to see how their metabolism is actually working. Whether it's going fast, whether it's going slow, whether it's burning more fat calories, whether it's burning more carb calories, and be able to educate you today on how the food is actually affecting your body and how your body is metabolizing those foods. So we're actually going to cut to a commercial break, and right after an introduction to David Oliva, and then we're going to have our guests come on and do an assessment. So pass it over to David.
Oh, thank you, Trevor. That was a nice introduction. Yeah, basically today, a lot of people are wondering, gee, I have a fast metabolism, do I have a slow metabolism, or how well do I burn fat? Well, this ends all the debate. Basically, we're going to use the same technology that's been around since the beginning. It's called indirect calometry. And what it measures is your oxygen being consumed, and it measures your CO2 being output. So we're going to be wearing a little mask, and we're going to be directly measuring your metabolism. And it takes about 10 minutes to perform the test. But after that assessment, we'll have a good understanding of how well your body burns fat and how to build a diet program that's going to be more effective for this individual to get either fat loss, or if you're like an athlete, how to fuel your body properly for performance. So it all starts with a metabolic assessment to see how well your body utilizes the food that you eat.
David, do you mind giving a little bit of a background on where you come from? What schooling you may have, and any degrees or certifications that you have to be able to perform a type of test like this, and to give the information back to the client?
Yeah, that's very appropriate. Actually, when I first started out, I was always interested in nutrition, but I wanted to get a good foundation. I wanted to make sure, from like a medical point of view, like what's really going on with that food when we eat it. So in the beginning, I studied medical laboratory technologies. And basically, that's the person that you see when you go to your doctor. He'll refer you out to get blood work. I'm the guy who draws your blood, analyzes your blood for your cholesterol, blood sugar, you name it. And I send those reports back to your doctor so we can see how well you're doing on the inside. Now for me, I felt that was an excellent place to start because when you look at nutrition, I really wanted to know what happens to that food when it enters your body. So that, to me, made a really excellent place to start. From there, I studied nutrition, and I also studied personal training. But what I specialized was in aerobic conditioning. Think of like some of the elite athletes of the world, like the cyclists, the runners, marathon runners, triathletes, people who really push themselves to the maximum. So basically, I'm trained to condition those type of athletes. So basically, I kind of got a whole overview. I got your doctor's point of view, your medical view of your, basically I got the perspective from your doctor. When you go to your doctor, I wanted to make sure I could understand your physiology like he could. I also got the perspective of a nutritionist, and I also got the perspective of your personal trainer that can work on elite athletes. So I have 3 disciplines where normally you'd only would have 1. So having those 3 perspectives really really lifted up my understanding of how food interacts with our body and how we can perform at our best. So when your doctor tells you you got to eat good and exercise, I made sure that I clearly understood that so I can convey that to people so that when they're trying to go on a diet plan or exercise plan, they're really going to get the success that they're looking for. But on top of that, once I got my hands on one of these metabolic analyzers that you can see right here, that really elevated what I was capable of doing, because most of us out there, even like some of the best trainers in the world, like they're basically relying on it's almost like guessing. Like they work with so many people that they're kind of they're making an educated guess how your body's going to perform at its best with the nutrition plan that they create. Starting off with a metabolic analyzer really just kind of ends the guessing, because basically it'll tell me how fast your metabolism is, meaning how much food you're actually capable of eating, and then it tells me how well your body is capable of metabolizing fat. And basically, if you're trying to lose fat, you need to be able to be burning the fat. So this ends all the debate. It's like it's either you're burning fat or you're not. So most people, when they go to the gym day after day, week after week, year after year, and they just don't get the results, and they're wondering why. It's mainly because their bodies are not burning fat as its main fuel source. So after we do the assessment to see how well you burn fat, we show you how to eat properly so your body can maximize the amount of fat it can burn, making it much easier to achieve the results they've been struggling or striving so hard to achieve. So I'm really happy to be able to share this technology with people and really help them out. And so it's just technology making things easier for us.
Absolutely. So right after this short commercial break, we'll be bringing on our first guest to show you exactly what we do at the Body Lab. We're located in Newington, Connecticut, at 300 Alumni Road. Our website is go2thebodylab.com, and you can go there now and check out the website as we go to the commercial break and read up on pretty much what David just explained. And then when we come back, we'll show you the process that we go through to help someone achieve maximum fat loss results. See you in a minute.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to AAU Life Transformers Television. We are here. My name is Trevor Hairston. I'm here with David Oliva, and we have our first patient or client, rather, here to find out exactly how her body is metabolizing food. And David, can you give a little bit of an explanation of what's going on here and how you set her up and what the next step is?
Yeah, sure. It'd be a pleasure, Trev. Oh, sorry. Yeah, what we have set up here is we're going to be measuring her oxygen and CO2 consumption. And it's going to be run through an analyzer, and it's going to be displayed on a laptop, her results. Basically, this is the way they've been measuring metabolism for years now. And it's basically, these machines used to be much bigger, and you don't used to see them in like a university or laboratory. But now we're actually capable of running them off a laptop. So in case you have a studio or some type of office, you could do this same type of assessment to really determine just how many calories a day this person should be eating and to see how well that her body burns fat for a fuel source. So I'm going to start the test right here. Okay, and after about a couple moments, these two gauges will start registering there. So how you doing there?
Good.
Good? You good?
Good.
All right. Okay, these two gauges that you can see right here are basically the same gauge. This is in layman's term. You have carbs and you have fat. RQ stands for respiratory quotient. And I think there's a little description of it right here somewhere. Where is it? Basically, it's just a quotient of your oxygen intake compared to your CO2 output. And from there, the analyzer can determine what you're burning mainly for a fuel source. So yeah, take a nice deep breath for me. You breathing okay in there? Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Let me take a look at, yeah, let me hear you breathe again. There you go, there you go. All right. Yeah, now it's registering. Okay, it's getting some data. All right, yeah, the test takes about maybe 7 minutes to perform. Probably do a little shorter version of that just to collect some data. And again, you can see in real time how our body is burning fuel. It will fluctuate. Basically, you got to remain calm. Even your thoughts can affect your nervous system, and it'll affect the way your body burns fuel. So it's just important to remain calm. And basically, we're just really measuring what's called her basal metabolic rate, and that's her metabolism at rest. It's just basically her organs and her brain functioning and metabolizing food. All right, so you can see how it just jumped a little bit because, again, it's averaging out what she's burning for fuel over time. So that's why it takes 7 minutes, because it'll collect data for 7 minutes each time she breathes in and she breathes out, and it'll give a accurate representation of how her, again, body utilizes fat or carbohydrate for a fuel. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, so
Is she breathing okay over there?
yeah, it's like
I don't hear the sound going there. I do now because she's laughing.
yeah, as long as we can hear that, we know that she's
that clicking noise that's important. That means you're actually breathing over there.
Yeah, we're probably going to do a little shorter version of this, but maybe like a 4-minute test here would be good.
So David, when somebody contacts you, whether it be through a phone, whether it be through the internet, social media, through a referral, what are the steps that are taken, once you receive that phone call?
Yeah, that's a good question, Trev. It's pretty similar to like maybe going to like your doctor's office. We'll start off like with an initial consultation as to what your goals really are. Are you trying to lose fat? Are you trying to get more energy? Are you an athlete trying to get better performance? And based on that, from there, yeah, you'll see like an assistant, similar to like a doctor's office when you see the medical assistant.
Yep.
We'll get a history and a background on you. From there, we set you up with the tools that you'll need to really succeed in this process. One of the things we do in the studio is we'll actually measure your body composition.
Okay.
And so not only, most people at home have a scale that measures weight. Our body composition analyzers measures not just your weight, but it also measures how much muscle you have versus how much body fat your body's currently carrying. And from there, we have a starting reference point. So we know where we're starting from, and we can easily project out where we would like to go from there.
Okay.
Next, we'll perform an assessment similar, just like you're seeing here. And with the data we collect from that, again, we can custom tailor a nutrition plan based on your unique physiology. So it's not like we're guessing. Like
Right.
one of the main problems a lot of people have when they start off with a diet plan is they like hopping on the scale and seeing like a pound or two come off every day, right? And what they do is they end up cutting their calories back a little too aggressively. And when that happens, your metabolism actually starts to slow down. And that's usually where people run into trouble, and their weight loss kind of just plateaus.
Okay.
So basically with an assessment like this, we know where to drop your calories to, so you can stay in this program or lifestyle diet longer, so that you'll actually achieve the results that you're actually looking for.
Okay.
So,
when I am following this nutrition plan and I'm looking at it, and am I creating some type of diary? Am I logging this somewhere? How do I know? Like do I have to read labels to figure out what calories are, or do I just pick whatever foods that I think fit that calorie range? Like how does that work?
Yeah, Trev, that's a really good question. And what we really like to do is we use a food diary. A lot of people nowadays, we have smartphones, or we could use a desktop. But basically, you download a free application onto your phone,
Okay.
so you can log into foods that you're eating, so we can see exactly what you're eating. It'll break it down into calories, grams of carbohydrate, fat, and protein. So we're trying to achieve a balanced diet. So by using the food diaries, it's easier than trying to remember back what you ate a couple days ago. So when I see that data in the food diary, I can guide them into a plan that's going to be effective for them. Again, another problem that people run into is when you put them on a strict diet plan it's really different than what they're currently eating. Yeah, they may last for a couple of weeks and then they'll kind of drop off, and that's definitely what we don't want to happen.
Okay.
This isn't a race. We just want to transform your lifestyle into one that's going to be healthy, so you're properly fueling your body. So again, this is our approach is like we meet you where you're at, and we guide you to where you need to be.
Okay, so basically you're saying you're not going to just, wipe out all my cabinets, tell me to clear out all my refrigerator, and just, completely tell me to eat something that I'm not eating currently, completely just wipe out my complete diet.
No, we definitely wouldn't do
The
that.
slow and steady kind of incorporate
slow,
different things.
The slow, steady process, yeah, because again, we want to set you up for success, not for failure, and
Right.
so this the slow and steady wins the race. So,
Right.
that's
So
our
how does exercise come into effect with this? I mean, you set me up with a diet. You set me up with what I should be eating, when I should be eating it throughout the day. So my body turns into more of a fat burning state throughout the day. Now, how does exercise play into that role?
Again, another good question. Well, really,
Because for me, I know it's calories in, calories out. I need to get on the treadmill. I need to run. I need to burn more calories, and that's the way that I know to be able to burn fat.
And
lose
again,
weight.
that's kind of like the approach most people take when they hop on a treadmill. They'll look at the calories being burned, and it really comes down to the proper intensity that you work out at. It's what type of calories are you burning.
Okay.
Now, if you're able to come into our studio, or if you go online to our website, you can see that we also perform the same test while you're exercising on a treadmill. Now, we'll guide you through like a 10-minute test, and we'll slowly make it more intense. It'll get harder and harder as each minute passes. So we'll get a full range of something that's nice and easy to where you're really, really putting out a lot of energy there. So we'll get a clear view over a 10-minute span of how your body burns fuel during exercise. So we can custom tailor your workouts so that you're burning the maximum amount of fat for the time that you spend on that piece of cardio equipment. So again, you're not wasting any time. It's not guessing anymore. This is science. Put you on a treadmill, get hooked up with masks very similar, and we could really find the intensity your body burns the most fat. Okay. But we also like to tie the two together. And what we find is that you may see a lot of people that go to the gym day after day, week after week, year after year, and and unfortunately they don't look much different. Not much change has happened. And what we found is that it's 80%. Your success depends on your nutrition. 80% of your success is found by getting onto a good diet, balanced diet that's good for you. That's 80% of it. So then when you are in a gym, that extra 20% should just speed things along, get you much better results.
That makes sense. So when you say, balanced diet, balance means to me, is that whole food pyramid, with your fists and the, and the portions and all of those things. So when it comes to a balance, that means all of, carbs, fats, and protein. Because I know there's a lot of, diets, and there's a lot of ways, people use where they say, listen, you can't eat any carbs. That was the whole thing. No carbs. No carbs are bad. Then there was, or first it was no fat. Don't eat any fats. And then now it's no carbs. So, how does that come into play now where you're saying that you need a balance of these macronutrients in your diet?
Very good point. Basically, when we're looking at your food diary, we're really looking at carbs, fats, and proteins. So balance is actually, we're going to balance the carbs, fats, and proteins so your body burns the most fat, you perform at your best, and you feel like you have the most energy. It takes a little time to actually discover this because it's not one size fits all. We're monitoring your physiology and your diet over 2 or 3 weeks until we arrive at your unique balance. And once you achieve it, that's really about the best you can get. A lot of people that go from eating poorly to a healthy diet, they'll experience greater energy and they feel better. But even better than that is tuning into or becoming balanced, finding your balanced diet. That's the best you can get. Balancing your carbs, fats, and your proteins. And so what we found too is most over time, like back in the 80s and stuff, we got this message from the government: hey, fat's bad, stay away from fat. Mm-hmm. And fat really got vilified, and it was really unfortunate because fat is a very essential part of your diet. Mm-hmm. So again, we're trying to educate people that you need the healthy fats, you need some good carbs, and you need good quality protein. So when you get all that into your diet and the balanced ratios, you can feel it and you perform better.
Okay, great. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to see the results of Shavana's test and find out how her body is utilizing her calories. See you in a minute.
Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Gates offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com. Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Gates offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
I think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you? You're doing okay, Mom.
Results are in, so we're going to find out exactly how Shavana's metabolism is working and whether she's burning more carb calories for fuel, more fat calories, somewhere in the middle, and go over a little bit of what she had to eat today so we can figure out exactly what's going on. So Dave, what did you find?
Well, what we found is that as you can see the two gauges on the screen here, this is not the ideal situation. You can see that the needle's pointing mainly all the way to carbohydrate. Now, that's making it really hard, almost nearly impossible for your body to burn the reserved body fat that you're trying to get rid of. So, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to use the food diary so that we can see on a daily basis what you're eating, and then we're going to guide you to a diet. We're not going to really cut calories back or anything. We're just going to adjust your fuel ratio of carbs, fats, and proteins so that next time you'll see this needle come up higher, higher, and eventually we'll be into a high fat burning state. And so we're going to introduce you to some healthy fats, and a little plug right there. But we're going to introduce you to get some healthy fat in your diet, some high quality protein, and we're going to help you choose better carbohydrates. You got any questions that you can think of?
Well, for me, because, not to make excuses, but I had major back surgery, and I'm kind of limited to what I can do, because certain days, I have good days, I have bad days.
Right.
Now, if I'm feeling bad, I'll just eat anything that's already fixed. So for me, that's one thing that I know I have to adjust because I'm 49. I'll be 50 this year. So for women my age, I know African American, blood pressure, diabetes, and all that, we need to address that. As for me, I'm addressing this issue now. But I wanted to know, when you say carbohydrates, what exactly, I know it sounds stupid, but what does that consist of?
All right. When you think of carbohydrates, basically like starch, maybe like a potato, rice, bread, even drinks like juice, soda. These are considered carbohydrate-rich foods, and basically these days carbohydrates are almost in everything. So
Fruit,
really, fruit.
Another thing, I know, the doctors and dietitians tell us, have fruit, but again, that's a carbohydrate.
Wow.
Right. So basically, what we're going to end up with is like a budget of how many carbohydrates we can eat, not squash it down to nothing.
Okay.
And within that budget of carbohydrate, we just got to make the healthiest choices that we can, like vegetables,
Okay.
some fruit. Again, when we're sitting down, we'll be able to go over this clearly, so it'll make it easy for you.
So when you say carbohydrates, a healthy carbohydrate for me would be brown rice. Okay, it'll be a certain amount of brown rice that I can eat, though.
Correct.
Correct.
Certain amount
Okay.
throughout the day, because beyond that budget, then your body's going to be predominantly in this state, and
Okay.
again, making it very hard for you. Even if you're cutting your calories really low, it's just not going to happen. And so basically, that's the breakthrough. We're going to show you how
Okay.
that throughout your day, even when you're not even exercising, burn large amounts of fat.
Okay.
So
it's-
whether you have injuries, whether you have ailments, it doesn't
Gotcha.
matter, because
gotcha.
what we're able to do is remember what Dave said. 80% of your composition of your body is from your diet, not from exercise. Exercise is that extra 20% that speeds up the process.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so when most people are trying to lose weight, they go to the gym and they're working out really hard thinking all this exercise is going to do it for them. When in fact, you get your diet right, you won't even need to go to the gym to lose weight. And then when you do go to the gym, it's just going to speed things along and you're going to get healthier for it, as opposed to being like a hamster on a treadmill and literally just not getting anywhere. You know,
Gotcha.
so big difference.
So when you said carbohydrates and fruit, is there certain fruits that I'm not supposed to digest? Or just limited
Right.
the amount of fruit?
Oh, again, I think that's where Dave comes in and says, there's a range, there's a number of where you need to stay in and make healthy
okay.
choices there. So like the brown rice, like the quinoa, like the sweet potatoes, just even the white potatoes, So there's, the fruits. So like, those are four main, and vegetables. Those are the five main healthier choices you can make besides the
Gotcha.
cookies and the cakes and, and the breads, those things.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I try to stay away from bread. I actually cut back on my sugar because I'm on the borderline of diabetes. So I had an incident, but now my A1C levels are level.
Okay.
I don't have sugar. I don't know if it was just an incident. I know it was God's grace for most of all. I give him grace. But
Amen.
I just have to watch what I eat intake-wise.
Right.
Now, is there a certain amount of calories that we're going to be on?
Well, calories is interesting. We actually addressed that last.
Okay.
It's really more important to focus on the carbohydrates,
Okay.
proteins, and healthy fats in grams. We're going to monitor how many grams of it.
Okay.
It's not really getting out and measuring everything all the time. First, it's just being conscious of it and actually reading the ingredients in the on the label of whatever you're eating. And a lot of times these new modern food diaries make it really simple. You could just say, oh, I have an apple. You put an apple in the diary, and it calculates everything for you. So really try to make this as simple as possible for you. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, this sounds cool.
So, David, I wanted to ask you, you touched on healthy fats earlier. Where do we find healthy fats? I know I get that question a lot, of like, all right, I eat nuts. Okay, what else is there? Butter. Okay, where else is fat? Like peanut butters. So where do you, suggest or recommend people get healthy fats from?
A while back, I used to this was a really question I would get quite often, and I would start off with recommending like healthy fats like walnuts, cashews, pistachios. As long as you don't have any nut allergies, that's a really good choice. And avocados are an excellent source of fat. And
So guacamole? It's good?
guacamole is on the diet. It's on the menu.
Guacamole.
Let's see. Believe it or not, like butter is actually good if it's from like a good source of like grass-fed cows. Coconut oil, again another rich source. And a lot of good health food stores nowadays will have a little like a cooler section that contain like bottles, like similar to what you see there, of like flaxseed or something like that. And one of the things that you really want to look for on whatever product that you may be picking up is the word omega-3s. Omega-3s now are popular, and you can do a simple Google search and find out more about it. But basically, a really big problem in our society is that we have a lot of inflammation in our bodies these days. And omega-3s are known for reducing inflammation in your body. And again, it doesn't have to be for like pains like arthritis or something like that. But even when you're trying to lose weight, inflammation makes it really hard to also release some of that stored body fat. So diets that are going to be anti-inflammatory are going to just be good overall for your whole body. So yeah, look for something that's rich in omega-3s. But at the Body Lab, we found that and when I kept recommending people to go out to the stores and getting this product and that food and that, it was like hit or miss, and it was really kind of difficult for them. So we ended up over about a year of actually formulating our own oil for people, so that they don't have to shop around and get multiple different sources of oils. It's basically we put it all in one bottle for them. Again, keeping it simple is it's key there.
You can cook with this. What do you do with this exactly?
Well, for us, to answer, we'd rather you not. It's safe to cook with, but I liken it to like an orange. Like when you got a nice juicy orange in front of you, it's fresh, it's raw. You don't throw it in a frying pan and then eat it. And I make that analogy because this oil is fresh like that. It's like something that is freshly pressed in its pristine state. So this is best served on like a nice salad.
Oil and vinegar type.
Exactly.
Oil on it. Okay.
Yeah, and we like bodybuilders and stuff like that. We like to eat protein shakes. So an excellent way to ingest it is to put it right in your protein shake. But you can really just put it in just about anything. All you got to do is be a little creative, like a yogurt, some kind of sauce, and.
So you don't really want to heat it. So it's not like a canola oil or a
no
cooking oil or anything like that.
Yeah, see,
what's up with canola oil? Can you? Because I was actually meeting with a family last night, and we were talking about healthy fats and oils and different oils that they had, and they have never heard of coconut oil. Yeah. That was number one. Is a coconut oil okay to cook with?
A coconut oil is excellent to cook with.
Okay.
That's a great.
So that's a great recommendation to cook with outside of these oils. And then she talked about canola oil. Like she said, is this a good oil? And I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, canola oil. I'm really on the fence with it, and I'm kind of leaning towards like the no. Canola oil stands for. It came from the Canadians. It's called Canadian oil. So that's where you get the CAN in the canola oil, and the original name of the plant that it's come from is rapeseed oil. So like that's just a really unusual name for a product. So they quickly changed that name to the canola oil. But when you look at the label of like canola oil, it looks like when you're looking at it, it looks like the ingredients and the ratios of saturated fat and polyunsaturated fat. It makes it look like it's a good source, but unfortunately, it's the way it's processed. When you really heat oils up to high temperatures, it kind of destroys some of the properties of it, and also too, like the plant itself is very poisonous. Like there's nothing can really eat it. Like animals, they pretty much avoid that plant. So I'm kind of leaning towards no. Again, it's safe, but there's better choices out there. Okay. Yeah. Again, like the oil you see here, we just have all the oils like coconut oil and flaxseed oil, and it's all in one. So. Simple product.
All right, so we're going to thank you, David, for that explanation. We're going to cut to a commercial break real quick, and then we'll get into healthy proteins and a little bit more on the fats. See you in a minute.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the MadHouseTV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does play make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
Welcome back to AAU Life Transformers Television. We were just going over healthy fats and healthy carbs, making some healthier choices on those type of macronutrients that everyone needs in their balanced diet. Hey, David, I wanted you to touch a little bit on what does healthy protein look like?
Okay, healthy protein. My best choice that I would recommend for a protein is whey protein, and especially whey protein that's, for those of you who don't know what whey protein is the protein that is found in milk. And when you're looking for a good source of whey protein, you really want to make sure that where it came from is a really healthy cow. When I look at let's say a bottle of protein, what I'm looking for is like where the cows come from. And New Zealand happens to have the best quality milking standards in the world, pretty much. So like I could trust anything that pretty much comes from like New Zealand, from grass-fed cows. And basically it's also found in mother's milk, so it's something that's natural for us. So whey protein is like at the top of the list. And eggs is considered a perfect protein. Yep. And then the area, if you're like a vegetarian or if you like to eat meat, there's other good choices. But again, whey protein is really a superior choice of protein for your body.
So you're looking at whey, then eggs. Say I'm a meat eater. What meats should I choose? Should I eat more pork, more chicken, more beef? You know, where should I? You know, I like them all. So where should my percentage be where it's the healthiest choices for me?
Yeah, again, everybody's a little different, and variety is good. So I'd actually recommend cycling through everything. Like say your pork, your chicken, your red meat, fish. These are all excellent sources. And depending on, let's say you're near the coast, if you get some good seafood, that'd be highly recommended. And but yeah, again, you have some fishes contain high levels of mercury, so actually that's not even really recommended that many times a week anymore. You want to minimize your sources of fish.
So maybe once a week, twice a week tops.
Yeah, that's considered safe. And also depending on what type of fish you're looking at. That's why I really like the whay protein. To be honest, like you're pretty much safe. That's a safe choice.
The safest. Yeah.
And I like coming back to the whey. So whey's like probably the best protein source you can eat the most of, and not really too much about it. Okay. So yeah.
What about soy protein? I know soy protein is huge in the East, and
soy protein. Well, I wouldn't put it in my body. Let's start there. Okay.
All right.
And unfortunately, a lot of these products out there that they are recommended, you see it in a lot of ingredients, and soy protein has very estrogenic properties to it. So us men, we don't want anything that's going to feminize us, and as far as our bodies are concerned. So I would definitely avoid soy. Anything any protein supplement that you have, if you look on the ingredients and it says soy, you're probably just going to want to put it back where you found it.
Okay, just put it right back. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Yes.
Say, for someone like myself or older women who are just doing white meats, chicken, fish, turkey, is that healthy?
Oh, it's very healthy, yes. Again, you should always start off with recommendations from your doctor to make sure you're healthy, and he has no problem with it. Your doctor, he or she may not have a problem. In most people, those are healthy choices.
No, why I asked that particular question, because I hear you talk about red meat and fat, and I hear a lot of athletes and other people incorporating their diet, you should have some type of red meat. So that's why I was asking that particular question. Yeah. Okay.
Good question.
And for women, with the red meat, shouldn't they be getting some type of iron from their meats, unless they're taking some type of supplement for that?
Yeah, again, iron is something that need. It's one of the essential nutrients that your body requires. Again, I like to refer to your doctor. Just start off with your doctor.
Absolutely.
If you're like anemic or something like that, your doctor would recommend you eat a certain diet or eat in a certain way. In general, getting meat in at least a couple times a week is a good way to keep you from getting anemic. Most healthy people. So.
And then not to go too much on protein, but one last thing on protein is we know that's probably our best main source of calories. Would be protein just for muscle synthesis and the way that the body, regulates itself, needs that protein. What about vegetarians? What about people that don't eat meat, that don't eat fish, that are, vegan, and just literally, has to be, everything needs to be plant-based? Where would they find good sources of plant-based protein?
Again, a very good question. Number one, I would still, for vegetarian, I definitely recommend using a food diary because that's something that in a lot of vegetarian people that is very low in their diet,
Yes.
and it causes problems. A good source of like vegetarian protein would be like rice protein, hemp protein, pea protein, and those are three good strong sources right there. And that's definitely something that you vegetarian should supplement with. It's because again, it's very easy to just not be aware of how much you're getting in your diet. Right. And using a food diary, I keep looking at my hand, but everyone's using an electronic device these days. But a good food diary will keep you on track and make you become more aware. Oh, okay, I should be hitting these levels of protein in my diet.
Okay, great. So where can we find more information about the Body Lab?
Oh, great. So if you're on the internet, you can go to www.gotothebodylab.com. And if you'd like to maybe reach me and Trevor by telephone, we have my number is 860-616-8549.
And mine is 860-424-1035. Our business is based out of Connecticut. So you can, Google the Body Lab or go to the Body Lab, and you'll see us there, as well as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're all on there as well. Did you want to talk a little bit, or tell them where they can get this liquid gold so that they can get their healthy fats?
Yeah, again, you can log right into our website, and from our website on the menu on the left, you can look for our online store, and you click on it, and this will pop up, and you can easily order it and have it to your house in a couple days. And again, this is going out all across the country, Canada, and other parts of the world. And if you have any questions, because we work with people remotely, you could contact us, and we help people all across the country. We're set up wherever you are to set you up on a good diet plan and monitor your eating and guide you to success. I'm really happy to be able that we can operate like that now. So whether you come to our studio or call us up on the phone, we'll help you out and really guide you to a healthier lifestyle.
Awesome. So we don't actually, somebody that's looking for your services did not actually need to come and get analyzed if they're not local.
They don't. Obviously, that would be the best case scenario coming into our studio.
Right.
But we've done this with so many people that we've seen the patterns and the trends that we can effectively help people anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. As long as you got an internet access and a telephone, and you can reach us, we'll help you.
Awesome. Great.
Okay, well, we want to welcome the Life Transformers to AAU. You will see them every third Thursday, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Every third Thursday, they will be bringing life transformations, healthy advice. You're going to document my journey as well, because I'm started my diet journey, and I know that you are going to be helping me. So I want you all to send in advice. Well, keep me encouraged. Send in positive vibes. Do you have other products that you put out, David?
We do. We have one more oil, and we have a complete nutritional line of products that we could recommend and share with you. So it's A to Z. We're a full, complete service. We can service all your needs for nutrition, exercise, meal planning, diets, you name it. We got it for you.
Do you have vitamins?
We have vitamins.
You have vitamins as well? Well, I asked that because I'm 49. I'm stressing that because there might be a mother out there that's going through what I'm going through. Is there particular vitamins that women should be taking at my age?
Your age, yes. Vitamins and minerals are good for everyone in general. And there's definitely when you look at a multivitamin, they definitely can gear them towards men, children, women, certain age groups. So yes, that's a very good question, and the answer to your question is yes.
Yes, and we could definitely recommend, what we think would be best.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 1 of the AAU Life Transformers television. We will see you back here 4 weeks from now, the third Thursday of every single month. We'll be having a new guest talking about health, wellness, transformations, and being able to help you have a healthy and a wealthy lifestyle. See you next time.